Okay, so here's my movie collection. Who's Your Caddy? Andy Milonakis, Big Boy of Outcast, and the return of Jeffrey Jones. We know some such classes as Stay Tuned and various other ones. Pauly Shore movies are always a surprise. Past Encino Man, starring Sean Astin and Brendan Fraser. And okay, so this one you may find just a little shocking, but yeah, we all know when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers started. What was called the Zordon era is 6 series by Mighty Power Rangers for 3 seasons, then Zeo, the Power Rangers Zeo, and one other, and Lost in Space, and that's what's called the Zordon Saga. However, and yes, during the 3 seasons when they gained ninja powers, they did do Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, but then was later explained, later done in the series to explain how they got the ninja powers. And that was just fan, like, ooh, let's make a movie. Anyways, they did make a sequel to this. The sequel is actually a transition to get from Zeo to Turbo, to explain how they got the turbo powers, because at the end of Zeo, they actually retained the Zeo powers. I know, that seems a little silly, but they actually retained the Zeo powers. And how did they get Dematox when they were fighting the Machine Empire? So, basically, there we go. Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, explains the transition. If you did not see this, you really did understand what was going on when Turbo first started. Now, we move on to the animated stuff. Things people can understand is, why does a 20-something-year-old person watch an animated movie in theaters? The Powerpuff Girls. The origin story classic things from my childhood that you probably are like, why did you make that? Starting with this one, the Care Bears movie, where the Care Bears, in order to defeat a dark force, a dark spirit that tricks a lonely boy, they must travel and, and find friends along the way to help. The second one, this is more of a prequel sort of origin story that that sort of is very incongruous with the original Care Bears movie, as the fact that these two are supposedly the people who traveling on their ship to escape the evil and carrying powers of Darkheart, escape with the Care Bears, the Care Bear cousins, until they are, taken up in a mystical rainbow beam of light to magical land of Carolot, and are given their powers, along with the other babies. So this is what makes it things, is that all of them are together, and they're in Carolot, but once they grow up, the Care Bear cousins relocate to the Forest of Feelings, but retain their stomach markers and powers. But in the original Care Bears, they didn't even know Forest of Feelings existed, and the Care Bear cousins only got them after defeating the evil magic book. So, who knows why? Okay. Also in Fox Kids, there's a show known as Digimon. The 7, or actually at the end of the show there are 8 Digidestined, and they had their monsters with them in their tags and their crests. However, what you may not know is that Japan actually has done usually does mini movies of their anime series, in somewhat not so much related to the storyline, but still related to what's going on in the current situations. So by this time that this movie was, they had already done 3 and were into Adventure Zero 2. You know, the season 2 was Adventure Zero 2. So this, the Digimon, the movie, actually combines the first 3 movies they ever made into one feature-length show. Now, in the realm of anime, there's an anime so odd, so offensive, so random, so awesome to watch. It's called Excel Saga. If you ever get a chance, go to animecrazy.net or animecrazy.com and watch. It's watching anime online. Watch Excel Saga. It's 26 episodes of the most random, crazy, insane shit you'll ever see, and yet somehow you'll want to watch it. From the makers of this comes, as it says on this, is an all-new exercise in breaking the weirdness barrier. And from the creator of Excel Saga, it's Puni Puni Poemi. Now, to understand this, I have to read the back to you. Beautiful girls, naughty aliens, dead fish. If this anime doesn't offend you somehow, we haven't done our job. Now, when evil aliens kill Poemi Watanabe's parents, she doesn't get mad. She gets revenge. But first, she moves in with the 7 crazy Ausa sisters, discovers the magic power of dead fish, develops a serious crush on local octopus, experiences the bizarre and varied wonders and joys of fighting terrorists, S&M, giant robots, and becoming a superhero, all were pursuing her real ambition of becoming a professional voice actress from the creators of Excel Saga. It's the weirdest, wildest, rudest, and out-and-out most demented anime ever made. Puni Puni Poemi. Now, here's the crazy thing about how insane this is. Everything that this thing describes, it does, and it contains both mind-numbing episodes. No, seriously. This is only 2 episodes long. The entire series. Now, there are, you know, of course, being gay, there are the You Got That movie, starring with the cult classic But I'm a Teenager, starring Natasha Lyonne. The coming out story of a girl who professes that whose parents claim that she is straight, who claim that she's gay, and she's like, but I'm a cheerleader. And so she changes to, what is the place called? Oh, True Directions. Where she discovers she really is a lesbian and falls in love with the local bad girl of the town. So, the other thing that makes this is that RuPaul, as a man, trying to teach other gay men to be manly. Which in itself is just a right. I'm like, he is too fabulous to do that. Now, in this next film, the director of this film, his previous film was rejected because they said it wasn't gay enough. So in his outrage and I'll pay you backness, he decided to create a movie that is more gay than is necessary. It is Our American Pie. It is another gay movie where the lead character has his way with Akish Lorraine. Yes, Akish Lorraine. And, you know, and in a mocking offense to how essentially cult classic that became, we got its sequel, another gay sequel, Gays Gone Wild, mocking the tradition of a guy who videotapes drunk girls bearing their boobies. So that is my collection. Have fun.